Somebody gonna be mad as hell that I started that shit like that, but check me out. They're singing Deck the Halls. But it's not like Christmas at all. Cause I remember when you were here. And all the fun we had last year. If you don't know what the fuck I'm talking about, that's the greatest Christmas song all time. Darlene Love, I just saved your ass some time. You ain't even got to say, oh, let me go find out what he talking about. I just saved your ass some time. Darlene Love, baby, please come home. It's that shit. That's that bop. I know some people going to be like, yo, Chris Brown, this Christmas is the best Christmas song. No, it's not. But it is a top fiver. But that's my piece. Merry fucking Christmas. Somebody told me, yo, YouTube don't like all that cursing. YouTube, please deal with it for right now. Merry Christmas. I can't say Happy New Year yet. Whatever you celebrate, all the holidays, whatever you celebrate. Merry holidays. Happy holidays. Welcome back to another episode of Kickin' It with Saint podcast, man. I wasn't going nowhere. I was definitely going to be uploading tonight. And what's funny is my other podcast, which I'm going to keep spamming on Twitter because I put a lot of work into them slides, so I'm definitely going to keep spamming it. But that shit should have been uploaded the night, like literally the next morning. I had been uploading that shit all night after the game. Like I was on my A game. I was on my A game. I did everything I had to do. And shit still wasn't working out for me. It was crazy. But it eventually got uploaded. I'm thankful it got uploaded. If you watched it, you listened to it, I appreciate you. I really would like for you to watch it though. And give me some feedback on how you fucking with them cards. But congratulations to the 2001 Pro Bowl selections. But I can't even get my words out. Selections, man. We got, and these are the only people I care about. So I'm going to just tell you right now. There's a lot of great players who made it. A lot of great players who made it. As a matter of fact, every player that made it is a great player. The ones that I care about. Mark Andrews, my boy. Congratulations. Justin Tucker, the best kicker in football history. Congratulations. Patrick Ricard, Project Pat, best fullback in football. Congratulations. Devin Duvernay as a kick return specialist or a punt return specialist, one of them. He the best in the business at it. Congratulations. And that's 4. And my boy, Action Jackson, MVP number 8, Lamar Jackson. Go check out his Era 8 apparel. I don't get paid to sponsor that. He probably don't even know who the fuck I am. It's more than likely he don't know who the fuck I am. But still, go check out his clothing line, Era 8 apparel. But Lamar Jackson, number 8, made the Pro Bowl. Voted in by coaches and players because coaches and players know what the fuck is up. And it's so funny because I've been on Twitter these last couple days. I'm on Twitter all the time, as a matter of fact, just being honest. And I'm reading the landscape, and it's a lot of people who mad that Lamar Jackson made the Pro Bowl. But listen, and this I've been going at these stat watchers all year. The people who watch stats but not the game, or watch games just to, conclude this. Like, you could tell some people if the game is going bad for somebody, they'll turn it off because they know the stat's not gonna go into the favor they want it to go in. But if they putting up big stat type, that's all they're gonna be talking about. That's all they're gonna be talking about. So the ways that you make the Pro Bowl, in my opinion, is a popularity contest. If you popular, you more than likely gonna make it. If you put up great numbers, stats, or if you you are good, if you're a game changer, you might not be putting up the stats, but the eye test says this motherfucker is one of the elites. Like, he might not got it all going for him right now. He might be, he might be struggling with this or that. This ain't all going for him, but this motherfucker is different. All right. Aaron Rodgers made it because of the numbers. The numbers are crazy. You can say that for a lot of guys. Lamar Jackson, though, he made it because motherfuckers know. He might not got the numbers this year, but it's a lot of reasons he ain't got them numbers. And look at where he got that team, even with a injury-plagued year and so many things going wrong for Baltimore. He had them motherfuckers first in the AFC for multiple weeks. He done beaten the elites in the AFC when they were healthy enough. So listen, I like Josh Allen. I like Joe Burrow. I don't hate that I keep saying it, but I mean, I know y'all get offended when I say it, but them boys ain't better than Lamar Jackson. And this is just the coaches and the players re-acknowledging, like, yeah, we understand Lamar having a down year stats-wise, but Lamar Jackson's a difference maker. He's a game changer. He's better than those other quarterbacks. Even if you think by slightly, the coaches and players have spoken. The fans, see, if it was up to the fans, Josh Allen would have made it over Lamar. Joe Burrow probably would have made it over Lamar. But see, that's why the fan vote ain't the only thing that matter. And you can't say, well, coaches got too much of a vote, players got too much of a vote. No. This is a 2-to-1 situation. The coaches and the players thought Lamar deserved to be in there over them other boys. Yeah, see, it's simple math. It's simple math. You don't have to make it more complicated than it have to be. I'm not a mathematician. Math wasn't my wasn't my subject in school. Hated it. My ex helped me get through my entire 12th grade in math. My ex helped me get through that entire year. She took all my tests, gave me all the answers to my shit. Like, salute. But I'm just saying, you got to be mad at the players and the coaches if you want to be mad at somebody. But listen, you shouldn't look at Josh Allen not making it as an indictment. Even though you can be happy about the numbers, the fact of the matter is, are they first in their division? And didn't they lose to the Patriots? A team that they shouldn't have lost to, and a team that they should be first in that division. Let's just be honest. Expectations coming into the season was that they would build off of last year and they would be better this year. They didn't have a lot of major injuries on that team. They don't have a bunch of major holdouts and shit like that. But Josh Allen haven't been great every game. Josh Allen haven't played up to expectations every game. You might not watch whole games, so you might just watch the box score after games. You could have watched the box score after last night's game with the 49ers and thought to yourself, Jimmy G played a pretty decent game. But if you really watched the game, you would have saw Jimmy G did not play a pretty decent game. And it's so sad because, well, I don't know if sad is the word, but it's so disappointing because, you know, it seems like every time I get up on this motherfucker, on this mic, and I believe I'm getting a new mic for Christmas, so that's pretty dope. But what y'all getting for Christmas, man? But every time I get on this mic and I start to record, it feel like somebody let me down after I defend somebody on the mic every week. I got on this motherfucker the night before and said, Jimmy G, I know he ain't this, he ain't that, but for what the 49ers need, he's phenomenal. In this system, he's great. I can't argue to Oh, boy. Skip Bayless, I was watching him today because I don't want to act like I just found this stat or I Googled this stat. I'm going to tell you exactly where I got the stat from. I was listening to Undisputed today, and Skip said something that was very interesting. When Jimmy G doesn't throw an interception, they're 7-0. When he throws at least one interception, they're 1-6. So that's over the last 14 games. So that pretty much sums up Jimmy G in a nutshell, if you will. Like when you can play around him, when you can get him to play within the system and whatnot, he great. But you see, that's regurgitated bullshit. So as a matter of fact, ignore everything I just said those last 2 seconds, because I'm not finna do Jimmy G like that. I am irritated. We know what Jimmy G is. We do know what Jimmy G is. Okay, they lost a Super Bowl in which Pat Mahomes threw. And I don't know how I keep forgetting this. Pat Mahomes threw 2 picks in that fucking game. If Jimmy G and it's crazy because it was a play in last night's game where he missed Kyle Hughes check on the side. The 49ers could have went up 14-0. And this is why I don't believe that one play can lose you a game unless it's a field goal. A motherfucker miss a field goal that can literally win you the game. But I don't truly believe in one play lose you a game. But I do believe one player can do a bunch of dumb shit to lose you a game. So one player can lose you a game with a series of idiotic and just mistimed errors and things of that nature. And I think Jimmy G cost the 49ers last night. Because if you watch that game, the 49ers should have won. It's unbelievable, really, when you watch it. How did the Titans win this game? Now, obviously, some people are like, well, the secondary for the 49ers is toast. And I would have to agree with you. However, they still should have lost that game. Like, if Jimmy G, you see, the first interception he throw, it's in the end zone. I don't know what the fuck Jimmy was saying. Like, Jimmy, what are we? This is when, see, that type of pick is when I'm reminded of Jared Goff, Baker Mayfield. And even Baker Mayfield is not as bad at this type of shit as Jared Goff. Because Jared Goff is probably the worst at this. And even Stafford to an extent sometimes when he just looking at one dude. When you already have determined, before you even hike the ball, who you are throwing the ball to. Jared Goff do this shit more than any other player. Unless I'm forgetting somebody at the moment. Jared Goff do this a lot where before you even hike the ball, Jared Goff know I'm going to this dude. And he going to look him down as soon as he hike the ball. And he don't give a fuck what's going on around him. He's not going to see anything else. He's going to make that throw that he already predetermined he was going to make. And then you see an interception and be like, yo, what the hell was Jared Goff seeing? Well, it's not that what he was seeing. He saw nothing. He only knew and saw what he saw before the play even started. And so, Jimmy G, that was the type of pick he threw last night. Like, Jimmy. Like, you had to have decided before this play that you was throwing it to George Kittle. Like, you already had predetermined that's who you was throwing it to before the play started. And you was going to make that throw regardless because you looked nowhere else. And the confusing part of this is he wasn't open. Bro, if you go back and watch the play, Jack Rabbit was literally had him beat the entire way. They're in the back of the end zone. Jack Rabbit, this ball coming at him, and the only thing Jack Rabbit got to do is prove the cornerbacks still have some type of hands. But from there, it's a cakewalk. You like, why would you throw that? Like, and it's like I say. Jimmy G can look so great on a drive. He looked great on that drive. And then out of nowhere, on the exact same drive, it could be the next play after he make a beauty. And he make a throw that just make you say, Jimmy, what the fuck are you doing? Like, you can't understand it. And then the overthrow interception. And then the missing I can't even remember my man's name, but he missed the receiver on a fourth down throw. Like, for one, Cal shouldn't have went for that fourth down. Cal should have read the room. Jimmy was having a rocky night. But a collection of bad plays by Jimmy did cost the 49ers last night. And it's weird because it do hurt your playoff hopes. But the 49ers should have won that game. They probably should have won the game by 2 scores. Because, listen, the Titans, I'm not trying to talk shit on the Titans. The Titans are an injured dog. I take no pleasure in talking trash. Even though the Titans have a little rivalry going with the Ravens as far as like shit talk and things of that nature, they're a hurt dog right now. I'm not, you know what I'm saying? You don't kick hurt dogs. So I'm going to let the Titans heal up before I go in on them. But the Titans are clearly hurt. They're clearly banged up, and they have not been good on offense the last couple weeks. 49ers defense did what they had to do. The Jimmy G just can't make these. And this is the thing where I understand why you go get a quarterback, because if the only thing you want from your quarterback is to stay within the game plan, and the only thing I'm asking you to do is just please, God, just please don't make a mistake. Please don't make a mistake. Because, it's easy to say, okay, we don't want our quarterback to make a mistake. Yeah, everybody say that. But if Tom Brady make a mistake, it's not the same as Jimmy G making a mistake. You see what I'm saying? Tom Brady can have a game where he throw 4 interceptions, but you trust Tom Brady, so you can get over his 4 interceptions. You probably won't be happy with him in the moment. But shit, even in that moment, you probably won't give too many fucks because it's Tom Brady. But I can even use a lesser quarterback. Pat Mahomes, he hit through a lot of picks early in the season. I never lost faith in him because to this point, he's proven to me he can fight through these type of. He really never had a stretch like that. But to me, he's won a Super Bowl. Pat Mahomes, he's certified to me. You know what I'm saying? Like, Lamar Jackson had a 4 interception game. Been on a rough patch. I trust very much that Lamar will get everything turned around and get back to putting up great numbers. Josh Allen, when he was struggling, I believe he will get it going. Like, it's certain quarterbacks whose mistakes aren't as big as other quarterbacks, especially when you're a quarterback that's on a leash. And you got to know your leash and your limitations. And for Jimmy G, every turnover he throw or he make, it's a louder chant for Trey Lance. And that's what you're fighting against right now. And listen, like I said, when Jimmy G is going, when Jimmy G is on his A game, all systems are go, motherfucker is legit. I'm telling you, the motherfucker's damn near, and it's crazy to say he a borderline Pro Bowl, because Jimmy G at his best is a Pro Bowl player. The numbers say he put up Pro Bowl numbers when he is at his best with Kyle Shanahan. Now, listen, it might not all be on him. You could give credit to those numbers to a whole bunch of other people, but you could do that for a lot of people. So I get it. Jimmy G, but Jimmy G also helped the team get to. Now, I understand some people look at Jimmy G and like, well, Jared Goff helped the team get to us. That's very true. But if you really look at it, Jared Goff's not better than Jimmy G. Even if you want to say slightly, Jared Goff's not better than Jimmy G. Now, the thing is, I'm starting to think Jared Goff's better than Baker Mayfield. Now, essentially, you're arguing what shit stink worse. But, I mean, Jared Goff have games sometimes where I'm like, okay, if Jared could just get out of his own way and he'll have these, like, Jared Goff will give you 2 great statistical games a year with 1 or 2 aight games in between. And then the rest would be pretty much shit games. But Baker Mayfield, for me, haven't given me a decent game in forever. Like, he hasn't even given me a game where I'm like, okay, but because I'm watching these games knowing that he ain't really doing shit. Even when all the things going right, it's not him. I can look at the Lions over there and say, who do I know on that offense? Now, obviously, I do know a couple guys on the offense, but yes, the running game got to get going for Jared Goff. But Jared Goff does his part. Like, the game he had against the Cardinals, Jared Goff played a big role in that win. But either way, I think Jimmy Garoppolo better than all them motherfuckers. So, listen, I do agree Jimmy G was the reason they lost this game. And I don't even know why I'm starting to like Jimmy G so much. I don't know. Maybe it's the smile wearing off on me, man. Every time I see Jimmy G on my TV screen, he's smiling. Dead ass. Like he has no worries in the world. He threw an interception last night and was still smiling on the sideline. Like, fuck it. Like, not even a fuck it type of smile. Just smiling like, man, this is going to be all good, fellas. Like, everything, like, we're rich. We eat great food. Live in nice houses. Drive nice cars. Have beautiful women. Life's all right, fellas. That's legit what his smile gave me the impression of. Like, he just a happy dude who happy with his position in life, who ain't taking shit a little too serious. Like, a 2-interception night and a loss ain't gonna fuck up Jimmy G's night. You know, like, some L's will fuck up a dude's night a whole week. Jimmy G say, fuck up a week, man. This loss not gonna fuck up my night, my boy. I lost tonight and I'm still going out. I'm not saying he going out. I'm not saying this how he thinking either. Please don't misconstrue. I'm not saying this is how Jimmy G think. I don't even think that's how. I'm saying, well, I am kind of saying. I'm not saying that's what he think and shit like that. I'm saying that's just the impression his smile and shit give him, like his personality. I don't even know the man's fucking personality. Y'all getting me in a bind right now, a tongue twister. I'm just saying, from what I see from Jimmy G and always smiling and shit, he just give off a dude with a Hakuna Matata type vibe. That's all I'm saying. Maybe that's why I'm starting to fuck with Jimmy G a little bit. But I just think Jimmy G is way better than people giving him credit for. Way better. Jimmy G had a bad game on the national televised game, so you're gonna ignore all his other good games he done had up to that point, and you're just gonna talk about that one. But Jimmy G been rolling. He legit just balled out his last game before this one. So, listen, maybe it could be an argument made, and it could definitely be an argument made if you want to talk about the Super Bowl, that he don't show up in the big games. But other than that, man, I mean, you can make a lot of arguments with Jimmy G. Like I said, bro, I'm not arguing that Jimmy G is a top 5, top 10 quarterback and no shit like that. I am arguing that when the motherfucker is at his A game, he play like a top 10 quarterback. But what I know what Jimmy G is. But what I'm saying is some motherfuckers trying to talk like Jimmy G is just pure trash, and that's just not the case. Now, I know this might get people a little rowdy, like, oh, another Jimmy G supporter. I just want to say I was not a Jimmy G supporter before a couple weeks ago. But when I'm realizing is Jimmy G healthy, listen, everybody's going to have a bad game. Like, I don't understand why people, you see, that's the thing with Jimmy G. Jimmy G is in a situation where people don't truly think that he should be. It's a lot of people in the media, the loud ass media, who don't believe Jimmy G should be the starter, who ready to see Trey Lance already. And so they're gonna, every time Jimmy G do something bad, any little mistake he make is gonna be highlighted by the loud ass media. It's gonna be played for days. It's gonna be they're not gonna let you not hear about it because they are ready to basically trying to help get the motherfucker out. That's basically what it is. That's why it's always about who gonna trade Jimmy. Is they gonna release Jimmy? Yeah, this shit's crazy, bro. I never seen so many people petitioning out loud to get a motherfucker to lose his job, bro. It's crazy. But I think Jimmy G is Jimmy G is not a problem for the 49ers. Yes, Jimmy G had a bad game, but Jimmy G does not have these type of games often. The key is to not have this motherfucker have these games in the big games. You know what I'm saying? I still think the 49ers going to make the playoffs. I still think they're going to bounce back from this. This 49ers started the season terrible. People was calling for talking about is Kyle Shanahan on a hot seat. He bounced back from that. You don't think he's going to be able to bounce back from this? Like, they'll be fine. They've beaten teams in their division. The 49ers are fine. Jimmy G will be fine. I'm not concerned about this win. And for the Titans, I mean, it's a big win, but listen, unless Derrick Henry come back, and even when he come back, you can't think he's going to be 100% because the motherfucker going to be having to try to get back into football shape. And I don't really think he's coming back to even risk trying to come back early this year. Credit to the Titans for what they done so far and what they done been. I think they should have lost this game. But I mean, hey, Tannehill doing his thing. You know, Julio was playing last night. A.J. Brown absolutely dominated last night. I don't know what the fuck is up with some of these cornerbacks, man. That's why, if you remember, I said it all the way back in like the first, second, third episode of Kicking It with Saint. Probably when it was still called Rambling with Saint. I talked about how I know a lot of fans, the casual, average fan who don't really play football or never really digested football. You just watch it here and there. You couldn't really break it down or call the plays, and you know what I'm saying. You can't really say it's very simple terms for the average fan. Well, you know how I said fans get excited when they see a quarterback launch a deep ball up in one-on-one coverage and the receiver go up and get it, and so like, oh, what a throw. And I said earlier, I said that's not really a what a throw type of play. That's over half the quarterbacks in the NFL, if not all of them, can make that type of throw, because what you essentially do is just throw a jump ball up in the air. It's up to the throw. The throw is not what's important, unless the dude just absolutely sell it or just underthrow it or something but the throw does not matter as long as he get it in the vicinity of the receiver and a DB or whoever playing him. That's all that matters. From the point of which the ball leave the quarterback hand, if it leave it the way just go look at Kyler Murray when you do it. It then becomes a high point type of situation. A punt, I don't really look at it as a punt or a kick return because you let the ball come to you. You don't jump up and try to take the ball out of the air in them situations. But for a receiver, when they see the ball in the air like that and it's one-on-one, they understand that, okay, I have to high point this ball when I go up to catch it. And I just have to do it better or time it better than the cornerback. Now, if you're a DB, you're not doing that shit anyways. Especially if you wasn't a receiver at one point in time and was trained to high point a football and what to do because most DBs are not even looking for the ball most of the time. They looking at the receiver that they playing for the majority of the time. The receiver, however, is tracking the ball most of the time. So they're going to be better at high pointing and tracking it anyways. So that's not what a play by the quarterback. That's not that type of play. Either it's a great play by the receiver for being able to high point the ball and going up and winning that one-on-one, or it's just a great play by the DB. Either way, I don't look at it as a bad play by the quarterback unless they do this shit all the time and you got a receiver who not good at winning the one-on-ones and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, know the situation. And clearly Tannehill knew that A.J. Brown is a great 50-50 receiver. You know what I'm saying? They ain't throwing them shits to just anybody. Trust me. They throwing it to receivers like, come on. They throw that type shit to DeAndre Hopkins. Like, A.J. Brown, Julio. They not throwing them shits to just anybody. So, Calvin Johnson, like Terrell Owens, them is the type of receivers who was getting those just ridiculous jump ball throws by quarterbacks where you be like, oh, what a throw by the quarterback. No, it's not a great throw by the quarterback. It's a great high point by the receiver. That was the receiver. That's one of them plays where as long as the quarterback just put it up so I can high point it, everything else is just what me is me. This is me doing my job. This has nothing to do with the quarterback after that ball is in there. Like, this is not one of them situations where, oh, he got to make a great throw. He made a dime. No, this ain't got shit to do with it. This is legitimately just a jump ball. That's all this is. This is a prayer. This is a semi Hail Mary, but it's not technically a Hail Mary because this is legit one-on-one. And that's usually what happens when you get the blitz situations. And a receiver, I'm usually going to take a receiver in that situation over a DB. We didn't even see receivers who we don't even look at as household names beat great DBs on these type of plays because usually receivers are great. You don't see DBs get lost on islands where they have to try to hop on. Now, it's different when a DB can, coming in from an angle or something like that, and then they jumping routes and shit like that. That's different. I'm talking about when it's like basically they both standing in a position and trying to high point. You see a lot of receivers, tight ends win those type of situations. But the 49ers can't fucking panic. I don't think they're going to panic anyways. But, I mean, I know it's fans out there like, oh, my God, they should panic. Calm down, man. And I know a lot of people, Jimmy going to get a lot of fucking heat. And I can't truly tell you why I'm right here defending Jimmy G. But I just truly don't believe that. Like, yes, Jimmy G cost him that game. Multiple plays by Jimmy G cost him that game. They could have went up 14-0. You go up 14-0 on the Titans, that's basically the game. That's basically the game. So, yeah, and I know he made the play at the end of the game, but then they still, because I know some people try to flip it away. Well, Jimmy G got the last touchdown and tied the game. If the defense get a stop, no, it's never in that situation if Jimmy G don't make the mistakes he made in that game. Point blank, period. But what's your top Christmas movies, man? Because I was thinking to myself, I don't really watch. I would love to see some great Christmas movies, but the best Christmas movies I be seeing is like cartoons and shit, bro. Like I saw a Christmas movie on Netflix the other day. Like the start of Christmas or how Christmas was created, and it was like some story about and it was an animation with a postman. I guess he went to some desolate looking dark place where they was built on hating everybody and shit. It basically told the story of how Santa Claus started. I liked it. It was nice. It was simple. It was understandable. My two nephews was in there watching it with me. They fucked with it. So, I liked it. And then I saw the animation of now, I done seen every single one of the Grinches. Like, I seen the Jim Carrey one. I seen the Dr. Seuss version one, cartoon one. And, well, all of them is Dr. Seuss, obviously. But that type of. And then I seen the newest one. I think my favorite one is the newest one, to be completely honest with you. Just because of how dope the animation and shit is in the newest one. I think I like the newest one the most. It's kind of like a situation where I think my favorite Spider-Man is the Tom Hiddleston one, if that's his name. Even though I think for the longest it was the one that I grew up with, was the Tobey Maguire one was the one I grew up with. But the more and more I think about it, I'm like, damn, I mean, this young motherfucker really is a great Spider-Man, and he really do. Like, when I picture Spider-Man, I don't even picture Tobey no more. I actually picture this motherfucker. So I'm like, yeah, I guess he is the best Spider-Man. It's one of them situations where I'm looking at my Grinch, and I'm looking at, wait a minute, am I talking about? Yeah, and I'm looking at that one. I'm like, oh, well, I guess this one is pretty much this one pretty much is better. So, I know Home Alone is always going to be a Christmas classic. I never seen that Miracle on 75th Street. Like those throwback Christmas movies, bro, from back in the day. That's what I'm saying. Like most of the great Christmas movies I watch is cartoons. Like growing up, Cartoon Network cartoons, Christmas movies, bro. Classics. Like anytime they had like a Scooby-Doo Christmas special, Billy and Mandy Christmas special, everybody had to know Grandma got ran over by a reindeer. Like Cartoon Network, like me growing up, the Christmas movies I watched were cartoons. I cannot really tell you too many Christmas movies that was like not animations that I fucked with heavy. Home Alone, and I don't even like Home Alone. Like that's what's crazy. I done seen Home Alone like a billion times, and I've never one time sat down and was like, man, what a movie. I like this. Like I watch it, but I mean I can't really tell you like, oh, I love it. You know what I'm saying? And this Christmas, now I do love this Christmas. That's one of my I mean, this Christmas technically is my, unless I'm just forgetting a Christmas movie that's not blatantly a Christmas. But see, when I'm thinking about a Christmas movie, I'm thinking about a Christmas movie to bring the family together. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know some people say Die Hard is a Christmas movie. I'm not thinking about that type of Christmas movie where you could say, oh, it's taking place during the Christmas holidays. I'm thinking about shit like Jingle. I have seen Jingle All the Way with Arnold Schwarzenegger. So, them type of Christmas, I haven't, like, this Christmas will probably be my favorite non-animation Christmas movie with Idris Elba, all the legendary black people in that movie. That would probably be my favorite one because I can't even think of no other Christmas movie right now, man. That's why they gotta let Jordan Peele gotta create a dope ass, or some black person gotta create a dope ass black Christmas movie, man. Just a dope ass one. Like they need to make it This Christmas Part 2 or something, bro. That shit a rock. But for right now, my favorite Christmas movies be cartoons and shit, bro. Like Grandma Got Ran Over by a Reindeer is legendary. Them shits that used to come on channel 18. For me, it was channel 18. I don't know what channel it might have been for everybody else, but it was like the ABC 25 Days of Christmas, I believe it was called. And it was like I think the year without a Santa Claus. It had Heat Miser. I can't even remember all the fucking name of the movies, but it was a lot of those like stop motion movies. Them shits is legendary too. I'm not gonna lie to you. All them shits was legendary. The fucking Cartoon Network and ABC 25 Days of Christmas, the most legendary Christmas movies of all time for me, bro. With this Christmas involved. Jingle All the Way was pretty fire too. I ain't gonna stunt with you. I like Jingle All the Way growing up. See, that's probably why I didn't like Home Alone. Because see, Home Alone was so played out that it wasn't even a Christmas movie to me at a certain point in time. Because they was playing that shit all the time. Like, the people in my family loved Home Alone. And they had every single one of them. So to me, that shit wasn't even a Christmas movie. It was just a fucking movie at that point. Jingle All the Way got specifically played during the holidays. And we did have a VHS. And that was fire. I love Jingle All the Way. So that is one of my top movies too. And I'm going to tell you another movie that I know is not a Christmas movie, but I look at it as a Christmas movie because I watched it a lot during the holidays. So it's going on my list regardless. Small Soldiers, bro. Now I know a lot of motherfuckers might not remember that movie, but I used to watch that movie during the holidays every year. And that was my fucking movie. That's a top movie for me also. But as you can see, that's like a stop motion mixed with like real life shit or whatever you call that. Because they was using action figures and shit. Which, if I could get my hands on the two like main characters in that movie, the lead Gorgonite, I can't remember what dude's name is. It was some crazy shit. And the lead military dude, like if I could get those two action figures, bruh. And I'm a grown-ass man, and I would love those two action figures, bro. That would be so fire. But that's a Christmas movie to me also. Because, see, that might be a Die Hard type shit where it's not really a Christmas movie, but it's a Christmas movie to some people. Small Soldiers is a Christmas movie to me, and that shit is absolutely elite. I will hear nothing different. You can watch that shit for free on YouTube. I just thought about that. But let's get into the motherfucking week 16 breakdowns. I mean, not breakdowns, picks and what we got on the slate. So tomorrow, or today actually, because Merry Christmas. They're singing that. Oh, just drop something. Hold up. I don't know how copyright work, but I had to stop because I don't want to get copyright struck or whatever. Cleveland, Green Bay, and Indy in the Cards both play on Christmas Day. I cannot remember. Well, I'm tripping. We have had games on Christmas Day. I am tripping. And I had a conversation with my cousin earlier today where I was like, man, we ain't had Christmas games in a long time. Jesus Christ, bro. What is wrong with my... Where has the time gone? I looked up one day and I couldn't remember what I saw. Anyways, Cleveland, Green Bay, Indy Cars. I think Indy Cars is going to be the better of the two. I think Green Bay about to put a smacking on Cleveland, and it's going to be in Green Bay. Not Green Bay. Cleveland's offense is garbage right now, bro. They can't score. Baker's healthy, and they might look better than they looked last week, but it ain't going to be that much better. I said they could beat the team that they played last week with how bad the Raiders played. This ain't the Raiders. I think Cleveland might get blasted in this one, especially with the way A-Rod playing. Aaron Rodgers is hooping. It's ridiculous. And I'm taking credit for this because I said a couple of weeks ago, about a month ago really, that Aaron Rodgers haven't really put together an Aaron Rodgers game yet. I was like, he winning these games, and it's really the defense that's winning these games right now. I said, but Aaron Rodgers, I mean, he doing what he need to do, and like I kept saying, maybe I'm being hard because it's off of that MVP season, but I said I just don't feel like Aaron Rodgers done put together an Aaron Rodgers type of game. And damn it, he done put together about a month full of them bitches now, man. He hooping. There's no two ways around it. Aaron Rodgers is back. He is hooping. He heard. He didn't hear shit I said, but he felt what I said. He one of them people who talk about vibes and shit like that, I think. Not vibes. That's not... Weird people don't talk about the vibes and shit like that. He one of them people who I feel like is one of them spiritual people or whatever, so maybe he felt my spirits. When it get cold, I feel your spirit. Okay, but I think that's like it could be in an alternate reality. This could be like, nah, not even in an alternate reality. I don't know how Cleveland will look in this game. The only avenue I can see Cleveland's offense having some semblance of success is if Kareem Hunt and Nick Chubb can have a vintage Kareem Hunt Nick Chubb game. Like if they can dominate from start to finish, dominate time of possession, keep Aaron Rodgers off the field like Trey Huntley and them boys did last week, then I can see this being a competitive game. Like, I don't want to just say Cleveland going to get blown out. No. If they can get to running the ball like they do so well, then this will be a competitive game. I don't care how great the defense for the Packers is. If Kareem Hunt and Nick Chubb decide that they putting their head down and picking up yards in this game and they dominating, this will be a close game. And this will come down to the wire for the simple reason Aaron Rodgers will have to maximize every single possession. And Aaron Rodgers is a quarterback who can maximize every single possession. But when that two-headed monster get going, even when that one-headed monster get going, and Nick Chubb, that can put a lot of pressure on even the best offenses to continue to have to score when they get on the field. Because Nick Chubb can carry Cleveland if he have one of them type of games. Especially if Kareem Hunt healthy, they can carry this type of game for him. And Baker can just play his part. We done seen this from the Cleveland Cavaliers, from the Cleveland Browns. We done seen their avenue to success and what they can do to get that success. So I'm not, what do you say? I'm not going to write Cleveland off. I don't think they're going to win this game in Green Bay. But I can see an avenue to where they not only have a close game, but where they win this game. Because they could catch Green Bay by surprise. Green Bay could come in there thinking... Now, I'm pretty sure Green Bay's defense realizes, because I said it on the podcast a couple days ago, Cleveland, the way people defend Cleveland now is pretty much... Yeah, we're going to commit to selling out on Nick Chubb in the running game, and we'll just see if Baker can beat us himself. Like, we'll just let Baker try to beat us. Like, I do think that's where teams at right now when they play Cleveland. But like I said, if Nick Chubb and Kareem Hunt decide, we don't give a fuck if you load the box, we still gonna earn our paychecks today. Then this could become a very interesting game, but it's just hard to see that happening right now based on how bad Cleveland's offense done looked the last couple weeks. Cause not even Nick Chubb and them boys been able to dominate. And I'm gonna tell you what's crazy. I went to it's not even crazy. I just like that phrase for some reason. Let me tell you what's crazy. I went to a Christmas Eve family get together tonight, and my cousin made hibachi. Now I'm supposed to make Alfredo for the Christmas dinner tomorrow, so it's basically a competition. And I told his ass that too. Like, the way I'm looking at this is basically it's a competition, and it was some good hibachi. I'm not gonna lie to you, it was good. It ain't his best batch he ever made, but I mean it was good. I already know I'm gonna smoke them. My chicken Alfredo gonna be far better than his hibachi for a multitude of reasons, but not the least of which being I'm just a far superior cook and chef, if you will. Not certified or nothing like that, but certified in hood houses everywhere and households everywhere in the hood that I done cooked for. So all I'm saying is I'm about to smoke them, and the Alfredo I make tomorrow gonna be unbelievably great. Didn't have no parsley, but my sister hooked me up. Didn't have garlic either, and I went to the store for these things and still forgot them because I'm not a store person. So originally I went to Walmart because I needed, somebody had sent me. I'm trying to remember who sent me to Walmart. I think my aunt sent me to Walmart for something, but she knew what she was doing. Because see, I'm not the type of person that's gonna go into crowded areas no more. I already didn't really do that too much, but these days I really don't do that. Like, I'm a nighttime shopper. I go shopping at 24-hour stores that's open 24 hours at nighttime when nobody's going to be on it. Like, the people going to be on the aisles putting shit on the shelves, stocking. The stocking crew, overnight crew, going to be working when I come in to walk through the stores and buy my shit. It's going to be me and like 4 other people in the store. Parking lot going to have 5 cars. So that's the type of shopper I am. If I have to go shopping during the day, I'm going to go to the small convenience store and see if they got what I need. A Dollar General, a Family Dollar, the Arab store that usually got everything. That's like a small convenience store. Motherfuckers got, now this ain't the same one that sell the fake J's. This ain't that type of store. This the one that sell all type of hookahs, all type of colognes, all type of fucking body washes. Like, the one I go to pretty elite now that I'm thinking about it. Like, super elite. Sell cereals, wines. Like, super elite now that I'm thinking about it. Big time Arab store. I'm calling it the Arab store. It's really called a tobacco store, but we call it the Arab store because the two dope ass individuals who run the store is of Arabian descent, I believe is what you would say. So, and they cool with it, so you know what I'm saying, them the 2 homies. But I don't know how the conversation got all the way to that, but I just want my cousin to know. It's already been foretold that I'm gonna smoke your goofy ass in the cook-off, basically. So, yes, sir. But Indy Cards coming off of a rough L to the Lions. That is a rough one. And you know, I was talking to my cousin about this one today, also, and he picked Indy to win this one. And I told him, I said I'm leaning Indy. But I said the reason I'm not going all the way to Indy right now is because as much as I think Indy will be able to have success running the ball on this team, Carson Wentz, man, something is really holding me back on Carson Wentz right now because I'm not understanding. So Carson Wentz has definitely regressed from what he used to be. There's no 2 ways around that no more. Carson Wentz is giving me Carson Wentz. Carson Wentz is giving me 2 full years, basically, and 2 years to 3 years worth of evidence that he is clearly regressed and is not the same Carson Wentz that he used to be. He cannot be that MVP front runner before he got hurt type of player on a consistent basis anymore. I see that now. It took me a couple years, much like Dan Orlovsky. But I realize that he is not that type of player anymore. He do need a lot to go right around him, and you know he becoming one of them quarterbacks that you put on a tight leash. What's wild to me is that the motherfucker can still go out there and have an absolutely insane game. Now, he ain't had one in a couple weeks. But I know that he's capable of it. Like, I know he's capable of it. I'm not even, like, it's not even a, well, I wonder if he, no, I know he could go out there and just flip out one of these games and have a crazy game. But them games are starting to look few and far between the more and more he go on. That's probably what I'm really saying, is that Carson Wentz, man, and I know he don't have the interceptions, but when you look at his interception turnover worthy plays, it's just so hard to pick with him right now. And the Lions lost for the Cardinals didn't really move me. Like, yeah, you can't lose to the Lions, but that didn't move me, because even though and listen, Kyler Murray done struggled since coming back. He haven't really put up the best of numbers lately. And I think Cliff's starting to slip back into some of them goofy ass ways he used to have before they started the winning and shit. But it's and Chandler Jones done been quiet since that first explosive game. The Cardinals defense still a good defense. I think they at home too, so man, the Colts need this game though. I'm taking the Colts. Because I think the run game for the Colts. I trust the Colts run game at the moment. If they decide to run the ball, I trust that they will be able to dominate time of possession and all that type shit. But the thing, man, I do think the Colts will be able to win this game on the road. Plus, they know they need this game. This is an important game. I hope the Cardinals win. Like, I'm rooting for the Cardinals to win it, because that will help my team out. So I need the Cardinals to win. But something telling me Carson Wentz can have one of his better games of the season, because he done put together a couple bad games. But either way, I think Jonathan Taylor is just running very great against defenses who you really don't think would be able to hold him. I mean, that would give up a ton of yards to him. I mean, this dude a nightmare right now. He's like a mini Derrick Henry. Mixed with Le'Veon Bell, because dude got a lot of patience. But then the 2 Christmas Day games. And so we will be back, or I will be back later on, probably tomorrow night, to break down or to predict the Week 15 matchups. I said Week 15 matchups in this one like I was going to go through all the matchups, but I wasn't. I just wanted to talk about the 2 Christmas Day games and all the other dope shit we talked about in this episode. So, with that, I appreciate y'all for joining me on another episode of Kickin' It with Saint Podcast. Don't lose faith in my boy Jimmy G. Listen, Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, whatever you celebrate. Merry New Year and New Year's Merry. I hope you have a Christmas berry. A Christmas berry bay you have. And with that, like, subscribe, follow me. You can follow me on Twitter. The only reason I said all that because I thought about it at last second. I'm like, man, maybe I need to say this type of thing. Like, I know when I get good at this, great at this, and when we blow up, it'll be like clockwork. Or maybe I'll have people working with me that do it. I don't know. But it'll become clockwork. But either way, Merry Christmas to you. Saint out.
You ready to make history? Come on now. Yeah. You know, there's these 2 words. And when I say them, people get goosebumps because they know what happens next. So without further ado, free smoke. Look, scared cause I'm drowning in silence with bad thoughts. These days I don't have nothing to say, man, the bag talks. I put in headphones on my driver. Pull pull up to the spot and give a good dick and Godiva. I can't lie, I'm uninspired. No more pillow talking about nonsense. I only stick around to put some band-aids on my conscience. I don't know why I feel so bad, nigga.